Hi everyone, it's Terry. In today's video we're going to be discussing the books I've read in May. Will you not? This was a bad idea. They really wanted me in here and I really need to get this filmed while I had a chance. So here we are. It's already, what, June 4th? I just wanted to get this, filmed, edited, and out. Oh, I'm so much walking. Anyway, so I read 5 books in the month of May. Everybody clap. I can do more than 3 Alright, okay, we're back. We're still go by the bookshelf with, I guess, because this keeps moving. Nowhere else I can go right now. Here it is. So like I was saying, I did 5 books in May. I'm very surprised that I actually was able to finish more than 3 for once. Now one of them I was reading since like January. Now I guess I'll talk about that one first because I think I'm gonna try to, I don't think I did it last month, but I do want to try to like rank them, the books I read. And this one's going to be unranked because it was a reread, and that is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. I listened to this one as an audiobook and I really enjoyed it. And I like the series as a whole. I highly recommend it. I know it's middle grade, so people like, that'll put people off if they haven't read it yet, but I didn't read it until 2022, and I was like, what, late 20s? And I loved it so much that I'm reading it again. So I recommend that. And I don't know what else to really say about that one. Like, obviously 5 stars, loved it. And it's unranked because I don't think rereads should count in the rankings, because obviously that would be like the best book I read this month. But we'll start with that one. And then so the first book I want to talk about after that, like first like actual ranking with a 4, would be The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clark. So this one I gave 4 stars. I still pretty much enjoyed it, but I had like little issues. It felt way too obvious, but it was a really good like reflection on the publishing industry, which I guess makes sense. I did only pick this up because it's written by V.E. Schwab. It's her and Kat Clark. I don't know who Kat Clark is. Obviously just like her friend. And I think they're working on like another book together. So this, I feel like this one's really good as like an introduction to laughter and mysteries. Like, while I enjoyed it, I did have a lot of issues, like, but because I would rather be like more shocked. Like other perspectives, it does switch perspectives. The chapters are pretty short, so it's actually really interesting. But there's so much more that they could have done with it, and it felt like very basic. The way they were hyping it up, I was like, I had higher expectations, which is also like really weird to say as someone who gave it 4 stars. But I can see why people don't like it. I can see how people would love it, especially because this would be a really good, because it's VE, like people are gonna venture into this genre who haven't already, and like it's a very good starter mystery, like get you into it. And I just liked books with like writing retreats and stuff. And I think I read this because of Kayla over at Books and Lala. Her book literally did a book club. It was this month's pick, and I missed the live show, but I did hop in and see like people like the ratings were all over the place and a lot of the same issues. Just like it kind of was basic, but you can understand why some people would have issues with it. And like it was kind of hyped up like it was going to be like groundbreaking thing, and it wasn't. But so that's all I really have to say about that one. I feel like that was a lot. There, here's a quick cameo on my emotional support water bottle number 1. Stopping. And Bazooka. Saul and Kim. Rouge. Intermission. For this one. That makes more sense for this page. I fix a gross one. I got distracted. And the next book I want to talk about is The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. I also gave this book 4 stars. Now looking back of it, maybe it should have been lower because I didn't like the main character. I want to say her name is Cassie. Like, I'm so bad at like remembering certain things about books. I remember the whole plot, which I found very intriguing. I thought the magic system was interesting enough, and I like that it ended up being kind of like, I don't know why I thought it was going to be more cozy. It ended up being kind of dark, and I like that the author went and explored that because there was all these different like magic books, like the Book of Doors, obviously, the Book of Pain, the Book of Despair, the Book of Fear, the Book of Joy, and I like that he had people who were in it for the wrong reasons, like they just wanted to hurt people and things like that, like, or just wanted power. Obviously that would make the most sense if it was just a book of like, oh, everyone's good and no one, everyone usually the books are good. I'd be like, it wouldn't make any sense. So it ended up being a lot darker. There was like, you know, an overall antagonist that was like extremely messed up. And this might be like a tiny spoiler because I guess I kind of didn't see it coming, but it's interesting the way it plays with time. And just, I don't want to say more than that, but it's definitely more like wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. So if you like magic and time play, this one's definitely for you. I need to go check on the kid. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Where was I? Okay, so the next book I would like to talk about is Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. So this is the second book in the Beartown series. Book 1 was Beartown, which I think I gave like 4.5, 4.25. I don't remember. This one was a 4. Yes, hon. Oh, Piggy. Yeah, Piggy. Go. Where are we going? Go. Ooh, yeah. Go. Go. Okay. Sorry. I'm not sure if I've talked about this on here. He has a speech delay, so he's not talking, so, you know, always try to encourage it. That's why I got distracted, like, mimicking him, and I actually heard him talk back to me in his little sound. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. So, at this point, I've read, I think only 3 Frederick Bachman books, but I would definitely put him up there as, like, one of my favorite authors. No, 4 books. He never ceases, I think I've cried every single book I've read, never ceases to what? This is what happens when you don't write a script and you kind of just talk. Anyway, I think every book he's made me cry. My favorite was A Man Called Ove. That was 5 stars. That was the first book I ever read from him, and since I've read a couple more. I highly recommend picking up any of his books because there's something about the way he writes and the way he tells stories that is so compelling. I don't know what much to say about Us Against You because, like I said, it is a sequel, so we're still following Beartown and the Beartown ice hockey team and like the aftermath of what happened in book 1, which is why I'm not really sure what to say. But the only downside I did have with this book is like they sound like a good like first half of this book recapping book 1 in a way, and like seeing where everyone's at with like what happened and how they feel. I really do recommend the series and everything else by this man, because even like there's the, I don't know how to describe it, he just has like a really beautiful way with words, which feels like very like satire, but like I genuinely mean it. He also has a way of hitting home on what it's like to be like just a parent. I think a lot of the times I've cried, it's just him talking about like, okay, well, the one specific thing in this book that I can mention, I don't think it's really a spoiler, is there is like a chapter from the dad's point of view, Peter? Is his name Peter? God, I'm so bad at names. In which he's just talking about how like when like kids were younger, he would just tell them like, not right now, buddy, like not right now, when they would ask to do something because he was like busy with work. And now that they're older and they're like teenagers, he was like, he tried to ask them to do something. He was like, hey, would you want to do it? And they told him not right now. And it's just like hold on to your littles. I'm like, don't, I want to cry. Don't take for granted the time that you have when they're little, when they want you, because eventually they will just grow up and not think you're the coolest thing anymore or want to spend time with you. And that's just, I don't know, that hit home for me as a mom. I think that's all I really have to say about that one. So the last and final book I read was Hunted by the Fae Duke by Chris K. Haynes. That was 4.25 stars. Completely, obviously, unbiased opinion. Like, just because I'm on her street team doesn't mean I'm going to just rate it higher or anything like that. I blew through this book. Something about a good, spicy romance. Always fly through them. Don't know what that says about me, personally, that I always read them so quickly, but I guess because I'm always just like, the fucking meme was like, now kiss. So I just got to like I need to get to the part where like we like finally do kiss. And so it's a really easy world building, like magic system to follow. This girl Charlotte ends up in the Fae world, in which she's literally to be hunted by the dukes. So there's 3 dukes, right? They're supposed to hunt for her so that she become like queen. Whoever captures her gets queen, like to save their world. Meanwhile, fuck all of them. She has thoughts for her bodyguard. That's it. So like the whole story is just like, you know, her trying to figure out this world and like get the Duke's approval so that she can compete. Otherwise, like, she'll die. In the background though, she's just watching this dude that's supposed to keep her safe, just like, yeah, I'd rather have that guy. Which is crazy. It's like your life is on the line. But you can tell he was into her too, like lots of yearning, lots of spice. I do want to say the very beginning of this book gave me like Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil vibes. Just like the very beginning, because of like the seasons and like hunting for a husband and stuff like that. I know the author pitches it as like Bridgerton meets something. I can't remember what the second part was, but I've never seen Bridgerton, so I cannot. I just know the beginning gave me Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil vibes, and the rest of it kind of gave me more like Rachel Gilling vibes. I can't really pinpoint it, but like I feel like if you liked One Dark Window, The Night and the Moth, Bury Your Bones in the Night Soil, those type of, oh, nope, you're not supposed to. You're gonna see another smiley face on my screen. If you like those type of vibes, you're making me get so close to the camera. I think you'll really enjoy this. No. Oh boy. I'll show off my tattoo. Oh god, that was worse. I'm not refilming all that, so you're just going to have to deal with whatever that was and seeing a smiley face. Sorry, I'm checking my notes. I think that's everything I have to talk about today. Sorry for the absolute chaos, as always. That should actually be my tagline. Like, chaotic videos. Yes, bud. You let me wrap this up and then we'll play? That's all I have for today. You'll probably be seeing me sooner than like a wrap up. I'm hoping to do maybe like, I really want to do like 5 books I always recommend. Maybe try to do a reading vlog for the summer since I'm going to be home all the time. I try to read more. And I want to do a, no, don't touch the camera, a summer wean and sunrise on the readathon recommendations video. So let me start looking into that. Is there anything else you would like to see from me? It's not like your typical, maybe like, I really like the idea of theme reading vlogs, but I'm also like so boring of a person. Like I watch, obviously I mentioned her earlier, like Books and Lala, and like she'll pop in, but she's always out doing things. I am literally just mom. I take my kid to school, I pick him home. Pick him up, come home. And that's about it. His brother's in therapy, but if his therapist comes here, she's like, I literally don't do anything. And it's about to be summer, so I'm literally gonna be doing nothing because I don't feel comfortable, personally, me, taking both my kids out by myself because one, if not both, are autistic, and my eldest has this lovely thing where he doesn't fully elope, but he likes to like go a little ahead of you, and then if you try to get him because you're like, oh well, like don't run, really, he thinks you're playing, so then he'll run. So I don't feel like comfortable taking them to a park or anything where one wants to go this way, one wants to go this way, and I can't draw them back to me. So I really will just be home. So I feel like vlogs may be boring, but I might just try it out just to see, like maybe like weekly vlogs. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about any of that below, or like anything else you would like to see. And I'll see you in the next one.